What is a function? Function, okay, functions are blocks of code, as you can see here. Okay, what I've written here is, see, functions are blocks of code which run only when called. Functions are not executed unless they are called. Functions most often take some inputs known as parameters and return some output. Okay, so I'll create a very small, very simple function, but very useful. Okay, all right. So let me write that down in code, right? I'll just write in code, run it, and then explain what's going on. Okay, so now we're talking about functions. Okay, what is a function? So functions are used in almost every programming language. Okay, every programming language has functions. Okay, so, in Python, so we're talking about functions, right? We have used a lot of these functions, right? But because we haven't, I haven't introduced you to functions yet, but we have used them. Okay, all right. So functions always are, they are defined by def, right? Def means define. Okay, we're defining a function, and then we give the name of the function. So I say my name of I put, the name of the function add. Okay, add is my name of the function, and then there is a parenthesis. Sorry, only one set. Okay, there's parenthesis, pair of parentheses, and inside there, I declare some parameters, what we call parameters. So I'll say a and b. I give two parameters which are variables, right? Okay, and then I have a colon here. Okay, and then enter. So there should always be an indentation. Okay, so there's an indentation which automatically came, right? Because this editor is smart. Collab. Okay, so now what I do is, and then function most often. Okay, and almost every time there are some functions that do not do that, but most of them, okay, most of function, they return some value or something. Okay, and then here I return a plus b. Okay, now if I run this function, okay, so I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so if I run this function, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. As if this when I ran this, right, as if nothing was executed. But they, those two lines of code, they got executed, right? But we don't see any output or anything, right? Why? Because this is functions has to be called. So you know, so you define the function, right? But unless you call the function, it doesn't work, right? You have to call the function, right? So what does that mean? What does calling the function mean? So calling the function means that you call it. So for example, if I want to call somebody, I call that person by their name, right? So if there is someone called Michael, right? I say, hey, Michael, right? That's how I call them, right? Okay. So just like that. So I have to call the function by its name. Okay. What is my function's name? Add, right? Hey, add. Okay. I'm saying like, hey, add. I'm drawing his attention. Okay. His or her, that code's attention. Hey, okay. Add. Okay. I call that function. And then I always, after this, you need to put a parenthesis, right? And inside there, we have to see how many parameters there are. There are how many? One and two parameters, right? So it is expecting two values. Okay, so you need to provide two values, exactly two values, right? So I need to provide, say, for a, I give the value 3, right? And for b, I give the value 6, for example, right? So now uh, if I do this, now what happens is A3 is passed to A, right? And 6 is passed as value to B, right? And then let's see what happens, okay? So let's run this code again, right? And let's see what happens. See, I got 9. Excellent, right? See, now I can use this same code, right? This function, right? This add function to add any number, okay? See, I don't have to write the same code over and over. Just one code, I just call it with different numbers and it works so well. See, I want to say 2300, I want to add 2300 and 4300. Now let's see. See, wow, right? I can get any number. Add, say, minus 34, and then say 45. Okay, let's see. See, I got 11, right? 45 minus 34, right? See how useful. Look at the utility of this. You write code once, and then you can use that code any other places in your code base, right? As many times as you want, just by one line. You can call that function just by one line. Okay, so this is the beauty, or this is the power, beauty and power of functions. Okay, all right. So, all right. So let me explain how it worked. Right? You saw the result, but you still may not know how this happened, how this magic happened, right? So let's go behind the curtains, right? Let's go behind the scenes and then see what exactly happened there. Okay. All right. So now the function I wrote, right? The function I wrote is this, right? So I wrote, I wrote, okay, def, right? Define def, right? And then I wrote the name of the function, and then I have two parameters in the function, right? A and B, colon, and then I have return A plus B. That's it. That's it, right? So now let me, let me show you some names. Okay, so there's some terminologies, what they are. Okay, so this is the keyword. You need to always have this. Okay, so this is how you define a function. You need to have the keyword def. Okay, and this is what? This is the what? Name of the function. Okay, name of function. Okay, and then you need to call with exactly that name, right? And then these are what? Okay, so these two are what? They are called parameters. P-A-R-A-M-E-T-E-R-S. There are two parameters here, right? They are separated by comma. Okay, the parameters are separated by comma, and then we close the parenthesis, colon, and then here, so this is also a keyword, this one. Okay, return is a keyword. Okay, so these two are keywords. Excuse me. Okay, so this def and this return, these are keywords. Okay, keywords means you cannot use any other. Okay, the case and everything, it has to be just like what I've written here. Okay, otherwise it will not work. So it's a kind of a command to the to Python execution engine. Okay, so what's happening here is, so when you are calling, okay, so let's write the code about code that calls this function. So when we are calling, okay, so we are calling the function. When we are calling, what did I say? I said that we call it by the name, right? The name is add, right? And then we provide the parameters. So here, when we are calling, so now we call it arguments. Okay, arguments. Okay, so how many arguments are needed? There are two, right? For A and for B. So when I did 3 and 6, right? So now in this case, what happens is, now when you're calling like this, now add, when I call add, okay, it calls add, right? It calls this function. Now this 3, right? 3 is passed to A, right? Right? And then 6 is passed to B. That means now the value of A here, the value of A will be what? 3, right? And the value of B will be 6, right? Now, after that, okay, I did that just to show you, so I'll erase that part. And then after that, I come here, right? I come here, and then I return A plus B. So what is the value? So this gets evaluated. So what is the value of A? A is 3, right? And then plus B is 6. And then this evaluates to what? 9. And 9 is returned. See, this return. So 9 is returned. 9 is returned means this goes back. Return means this is sent back. sent back to this. And then the whole thing, okay, evaluates to what? 9. And we get the result 9. Okay. So, okay. So did you guys get a sense of it as to how it works? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Questions, sir? Okay. All right. I know. It's hard at first, eh? Right? But once you practice it a little bit, you're gonna be fine. Okay. All right. So now, let's see. Python functions. Okay. So, all right. Another thing I want to emphasize, okay, is you need to call with exactly the same number of arguments. Say, okay, let's try a few things here. Okay, let's try a few things. Okay, I have the same add function. Okay, so let me delete these extra ones. Okay. All right, so here, now when I called add function with 3 and 6, yeah, see, it worked fine. So how about this? If I do this, what happens? Add 3. Okay, can somebody tell me what happens if I just call this function with just one argument? Okay, so you get an error. Okay, let's see. See, you get an error. Why? Why do you get an error? Okay, I get something in chat here. Yes, it throws an error, of course. Yeah, that why did it throw an error? Any ideas? Yeah, it throws error because there are two values expected. See here, there are two values expected, but you provided only one value, and it doesn't know the value of b. So okay, it takes excuse me, it takes the value of a as 3, but you haven't provided the value for b, right? Let's see. Yeah, Raza Guru sir, yeah, you're right. No value is assigned to value of b. So it doesn't know. See, as I said, it's dumb, right? It cannot figure out, right? So it's dumb. Computers are dumb, basically. Only a single argument is passed to the function. Yes, that's right. Chrisman also. Yeah, you're both are right. Raza Guru sir and Chrisman. Yeah. See, now, yeah, that will cause problem, right? So you need to pass in exactly the same, exactly the same number of arguments. Okay, so what if I do this? So let me clear this out. Okay, and then what if I do this? 3, 4, 5. Okay, what will happen? Do you think? What's going to happen in this case? Any ideas? See, this is also through an error, right? Okay, there's something in chat here. Uh, Error, yes. Excellent. Yeah. Chrisman says there'll be error. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we got error, right? Yes, a Chrisman. Yeah, argument exceeds the requirement. Yeah. So we have more arguments than expected, right? So how many arguments were expected? 2 arguments, right? Now we are providing one more, right? So this is how a function works at a basic level.